आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. For the last 3 hours, we have been non-stop, ladies and gentlemen. Non-stop on Parliament. We've been running with the speeches. We haven't taken a minute or even a second's break. And Abhishek, me and Shawan from the newsroom and in the studios, we've been watching, taking notes, trying to understand what the Prime Minister has said, what Rahul Gandhi said, or should I rather say, Abhishek, what he failed to say, because this has been a failed opportunity once again, and the true impact and meaning of what the Prime Minister has said today in terms of what its political import will be. And I'd like to present a 5 to 6 minute summary along with my senior colleagues of what we feel was said and what the impact of that speech, which went on for well over an hour, by the way, almost 1 hour and 15 minutes, where I would like to begin by saying that I think that this will be remembered as the single biggest self-goal by the opposition, that they wanted a debate on Operation Sindoor, knowing fully well that while that may have been the intent of their political masters in India and outside, and those who are carrying out the remote control on them to try and, sort of flagellate so much that it would create some kind of an impact and embarrass the government, this has only become another opportunity for the government to pull out the entire history of the Congress party's compromises on national security, one by one, and unfailingly and unsparingly speak in terms of positives such as the hashtag Sindoor spirit, but at the same time quite clearly say that in the Prime Minister's opinion, in the government's opinion, the principal opposition party, if you can call it one, is being remote controlled from Pakistan. I believe, Abhishek, that was the most stinging condemnation of the Congress party's role since the 22nd of April when Pahalgam happened and the 10th of May when the first phase of Operational Sindoor ended with what appears to have been a ceasefire for the moment. So to call the Congress party a party remote controlled by Pakistan and do so at the end of an entire 50-year extrapolation of what the Congress party's role has been, I think the Prime Minister saw it as a political opportunity and he extracted the full meat of it. What do you think?
Absolutely, Arnab. This is going to be the single biggest headline coming out of Prime Minister's 1.5 hour of speech, 90 minutes plus. But I think I would say he began by saying he's rising to present India's case. He ended by saying he presented India's case. And obviously, it's for the rest of the country and the world to see what India's case was vis-a-vis what the opposition essentially put itself in a corner, parroting the lines which gladdened the hearts of Pakistani generals, and we saw how their clips were going viral in Pakistan, and I think Prime Minister really put the record straight there. My takeaways are, he told Pakistan, we are coming after you, Operation Sindoor is not over yet, and Indus Water Treaty is not coming back. He said, Congress, we are coming after you, and you stand exposed in the eyes of the nation for your, pushing the narrative of Pakistan. And of course, it was a very reassuring message, I believe, for the citizens of the country that the government is strong, the government controls the situation there in Jammu and Kashmir, and on national security, it's the strongest government ever that we have done.
The point also is, Abhishek, that is the Prime Minister wrong? Let me give a few examples before I then ask Shawan to come up with a critique. Is the Prime Minister wrong when he says that Pahalgam was an attempt to incite communal riots in India? Is the Prime Minister wrong because Hindu men were identified? Hindu men were asked to recite the Kalma. And Hindu men, as much as the woke Priyanka Gandhi may not like that definition, the Palestine bag carrying Priyanka Gandhi may not like that definition. The fact is Hindu men were shot point blank on the basis of religion. What was that if not an attempt to create communal riots in India? Is the Prime Minister wrong when he says the world supported India, but the Congress party did not? Did Mallikarjun Kharge not call it a chutput war? Did Vijay Vetediwar not question the armed forces? Did Ghulam Mir not say that people in Uttar Pradesh will not be hurt if Pakistan attacks us, but the people of Kashmir will be? Was there not an attempt at driving a wedge? So is the Prime Minister wrong when he said, yes, tamasha. There's a precise word used by Praniti Shinde, a well-thought word which the Prime Minister sprung upon when he says that the lower-rung leaders of the Congress party are being given such phrases to deliberately undermine the armed forces and the achievements of the armed forces in Operation Sindoor. So the Prime Minister, being an astute politician, has used that opportunity, but he's also made a strategic point when he said, we've called out the nuclear bluff of Pakistan. We have shaken the nuclear nerve center of Pakistan. And I think it gave the Prime Minister an opportunity today. I think it was an opportunity for the Prime Minister to present the entire case, the context in which Sindoor happened, and the context of the ceasefire, which he had not really got since the 10th of May or since the 22nd of April. Your take, please. Shawan.
Something very dangerous happened today on the floor of the Parliament when the leader of the opposition was clearly trying to mislead. Point number one, the fact that after the beginning of the Operation Sindoor, when the call actually went into Pakistan, was to basically say that we are not escalating any further. This was not an escalatory move, to which Rahul Gandhi today says this was a surrender move. That was not. Second, when did Rahul Gandhi, where did he get the number 5 as far as the fighter jets are concerned?
From Pakistan, obviously.
Where that is exactly the narrative that was built by a lobby, that's the fighter jet lobby, and secondly, the Pakistanis. That was parroted today on the floor of the Parliament. That, I believe, Arnab, was something extremely dangerous because what is happening today is that we are basically giving a leverage to Pakistan. That is being done on the floor of the Parliament today. Two very critical points. One, the response that came in soon after Operation Sindoor began. Number two was with regards to how many fighter jets were downed as far as the Pakistanis are concerned.
No, but where did the number come from? You see, I watched that part, Shawan, and I watched Rahul Gandhi. I couldn't believe what he was saying when he said that if I had been in charge, then the 5 fighter jets would not have been brought down.
Because he would not have carried out Operation Sindoor.
That is the precise point, which is, no, you know, what do I say about Rahul and Priyanka? I would say that the Priyanka Vadra, Praniti Shinde level of debate has been utterly disappointing. Priyanka Vadra continues to disappoint with a level of consistency, that is completely shocking. She says Operation Sindoor was a publicity gimmick. Praniti Shinde takes the same line and says that Operation Sindoor was a tamasha. I condemn the shallowness of Praniti Shinde and Priyanka Vadra, and I would advise them to come more prepared next time. But on your precise point, Shawan, I want to dwell a little further. Because the Pakistani Air Force was scrambling for repairs across critical bases. Tenders have been issued for repairs of the Falcon Da-20 electronic warfare aircraft and the AW-139 helicopters by Pakistan. Rawalpindi GHQ is still under repair.
Absolutely.
But Rahul Gandhi comes and talks about 5 jets which he claims have been brought down, which is either a parroting of the Pakistani line, or even the Chinese don't say that, it is the exact statement that the competitors of Rafale would like him to parrot. So I wonder whose behalf he's saying this.
It's an evil design.
Just a sec. The Punjab Congress MP Amrinder Raja Wading, who has been Congress president, or I think is Congress president, he actually talked about Rafale getting shot down. So I think which constituency they were catering to, I don't understand. In India, there is no constituency which wants to see this kind of picture of India presented, obviously.
It's clearly an evil design because the Chinese exactly wanted this. Did Rahul Gandhi ever speak about the missiles that were brought down, the Chinese dud missiles that were brought down? Not a single word. Did they actually speak about the Chinese aircraft which have been brought down by India, did he speak about that? No, he did not. So clearly look at this entire pattern. The pattern was to basically give some sort of a leeway to the Chinese, to the Pakistanis, because this is exactly what they want
Now, Shravan,
on the floor of the parliament.
Shravan, you spoke about, by the way, the biggest dud missile of the day is Rahul Gandhi. And why do I call Rahul a dud missile? Because this man stands on the floor of India's parliament and calls Operation Sindoor a loss, which means he's claiming that the Indian armed forces lost. And for that alone, for that word alone, for daring to say that India, and which means the Modi government did not have the will to attack Pakistan, I think he should put together all his brain capacities, whatever little is there of it, or whatever his political acumen is, by being born into the system, as he claims, and explain that if there was no political will, then why did Pakistan have to dial Washington with shivering hands and weep about its plight? Everybody knows there is satellite imagery on Kirana that has come on, but Rahul Gandhi has made a false claim in parliament today that Rajnath Singh, our defense minister, told the Pakistanis that there is no political will to fight. I call that the greatest lie, when it is very well known our foreign minister and former deputy NSA, Mr. Misri, himself said quite clearly that here we are, he says in a press conference that here we are, we have struck these bases between this time and this time, the footage is available, the proof is there, but we are not hitting your civilian targets. That does not mean that India has said there is no political will to fight. That is the stating of a position on a public platform. And I think there has to be a penalty, Abhishek, to lying to this level. When Shehbaz Sharif himself has admitted that Noon Khar Air Base has been attacked by India, how can India's leader of the opposition go and make a false claim on the floor of parliament that India did not have political will? Was it without political will that we destroyed 9 terrorist camps inside Pakistan, not inside POK only, but inside the deep South Punjab region of Pakistan? Was it without political will that we hit 11 military installations inside Pakistan? We all know the names: Rafiqi, Murid, Chaklala, Rahim Yar Khan, Sukkur, Chunian, Bolari. All were hit by the Indian forces, and I could not believe his parroting of the Pakistani line, because for Rahul Gandhi to claim that the Indian army was not given the freedom to conduct the operations, I want to know who the hell gave Rahul Gandhi's family and Congress party the right to negotiate peace on our behalf after 26/11. Which is why I said, Shravan, if you noticed, the Prime Minister understood that Rahul Gandhi had fallen into the quicksand of a crater of his own making. And then he turned the screws in when he said, I will remind you everything you did between 1962, 1966, 1965, 1974, and after 26/11. I think at that point of time, he realized he had the upper hand. Did it look to you that by the time the Prime Minister was 30 minutes into his speech, the government had the clear upper hand on this debate?
There was absolutely no doubt about that. And Arnab, just one quick thing, just an inside information that I want to share, because today I've met a couple of people who are part of several briefings that have taken place, and this is what comes out. Immediately after the Pahalgam attack, when the 3 service chiefs actually met the Prime Minister individually,
right,
the only thing that each of the service chiefs said, that we are prepared, we will retaliate. The Prime Minister's response to each one of them was this, that you choose, you decide, there is no interference from our side. In fact, previously also there were certain conditions that were each time, whenever there's a military operation, there are certain conditions that are put. This time, no conditions were essentially put. They had made it very clear that you have absolute freedom to go ahead, choose, decide, and that's the reason why. This is a classic military operation where we have struck 100% success of targets, and what the Prime Minister is saying, 0 civilian losses as far as Pakistan is concerned. So our one was very clear, hit the terror infrastructure.
But I think the worst part was that Rahul Gandhi made a mockery of the Indian army today, when he said that the government is sacrificing the armed forces for political gains. This sounds terribly like his statement which he made about the Chinese. He said that our soldiers are getting beaten at the border. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Pit rahe hain, or some word like that he used, because he uses this vague, uneducated colloquialisms. It reflects his lack of a proper education. And it happens he forgets to add there that when Doklam was happening, he was lunching with the Chinese diplomats in a 5-star hotel.
Yeah.
A point the Prime Minister did not fail to make today.
Yes.
But having said that, I think the strongest point the Prime Minister made today was about the Indus Waters Treaty.
Yes.
Because the Prime Minister made the numbers clear. He said 20%
And he came with a lot of stuff.
of the water for us, 80% for them. And not just that, he said that Nehru had accepted a Pakistani proposal not to carry out desilting of the dams on our side without their approval, which means on the territory of India, the sovereign decisions of the government of India were being dictated by the Pakistanis. And he then said, we have only been correcting Nehru's blunders. But did you notice the lack of a response today, Abhishek, from the Congress side? I have been on many of these speeches, situations. Sometimes I watch them in Parliament. But I've never seen the kind of pin drop silence that I saw from the Congress camp, because they know that they have messed up. In fact, I would like to further condemn Rahul Gandhi for the possible inadvertent use of a profanity in Parliament,
Did that.
which he may pass off today as an inadvertent profanity. But I am pretty sure that this word and that motion clip will be played later in slow motion, and it will reflect the words that are in the minds of the leader of the opposition in this country. It is terrible what he did. I think he will try and pass it off as a slip of the tongue. But there are facts out here that the government has made completely clear. For example, the government said, and the Prime Minister said, did you not give up an opportunity to settle POK once and for all? Did you not give up an opportunity to get back Kartarpur Sahib in 1971 when we had the upper hand?
Yes. Haji Pir.
Did you not compromise on Haji Pir?
Yeah.
Were you not about to compromise on Poonch, Neelam Valley, Kishan Ganga in the aftermath of 1962? Did you not want to give up this land? Did you not describe Aksai Chin as a place where not a blade of grass grows? Did you not try to change the line and end up compromising 800 square kilometers of land of the Indian side along the line of Kutch, because it hits him hard? He's from Gujarat. He knows what he's talking about. And on none of these points, not one of these points, not even on Kachatibu in 1974, not even once, Chavan, was there one word from the opposition which said, Prime Minister, you are lying. The same opposition which says Prime Minister must say Donald Trump is lying did not have the guts, in their own words, na himmat thi unme, to stand up and say the facts being presented by the Prime Minister are factually incorrect. And that is where the story really begins to unfold, Abhishek. We must look back at this speech, Shawan. I think we have to play the speech again tonight at 10. But just in conclusion, I'd like to say that this is a very, very important time in our national history. I have a feeling, and I don't know why I'm saying this today, but Operation Sindoor is not just a statement, it is a statement of intent.
Absolutely.
By the Prime Minister. He spoke from the confidence of a position of a man who feels,
interestingly,
who
not
feels,
just Operation Sindoor, they say Operation Mahadev is also ongoing.
yeah. But did you hear his statement, Shawan, when he said, why do these people ask me to always get back POK?
They should.
Then he said only I would be asked this question.
Hindi mein kya kaha unhone? That phrase was very important.
Mujhse hi
Mujhse hi puchenge. Right? I thought that was very telling. Very, very telling. So,
and the Pakistanis should beware.
yeah. So how long is the clip we have to play right now? Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we have a 10-minute clip, but I'll welcome the panel before that. We're a great panel. We've got our favorite Deepak Vora, we've got Tuhin of the BJP. Oh, we got Karan Ambardar back, Karan Verma back after a long time. We got General KK Sinha. We got Pankaj Sharma, who's just about to switch sides today. And we have Advocate Tausif Khan of the TMC and Harish Mohammad Ibrahim, who's backing the DMK. And ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be a big meeting on One Nation, One Poll tomorrow, by the way. things are moving very fast in our country. Deepak Vora, your first comments. Let's go straight to the debate. We'll run the clips at 10 o'clock anyway. Deepak Vora, please. Let's open the debate. Two sides on Sindoor spirit. For or against? Which side are you on, sir? For the government, with the government, or against tonight?
Well, first of all, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Always a pleasure to be here.
Sir.
Of course, I'm for India, and the government stands for India.
Yes,
that
sir.
makes my choice clear.
Yes,
Anything else? If you give me 1 minute, half a minute, when I heard...
I'll give you half a minute, sir.
All right. Leader of the opposition speaks. Sir, may I just use the 3 C words for his speech? Confused, conceited, and churlish. And may I tell you what I think of the 3 C words for the Prime Minister's speech? Concise, coherent, and confident.
Okay, fantastic. Let's get the other side tonight. Let's get, who'd like to, are you short of words today, Pankaj? Pankaj is stunned. Even Tausif has nothing to say. Nothing to say. But nothing to say.
Arnab, Rahul Gandhi on the floor of the House threw a challenge to the Prime Minister, and Prime Minister evaded it. Rahul Gandhi clearly said, Prime Minister, you say on the floor of the House that President Donald Trump is lying. That whatever President Donald Trump claimed that he negotiated peace deal 27 times is a liar. But Mr. Prime Minister Modi chose not to take that challenge.
After him, let him complete to it. Let him complete to it. Yeah.
He did not say that Donald Trump is a liar. Prime Minister Modi did not say that what Trump was claiming is incorrect. Therefore, a direct challenge from the opposition leader was not accepted and was evaded by the Prime Minister. Secondly, what the opposition has been saying is that you went in a surprise. You used the armed forces just to save your own image, the image of 56 inch, which Kalyan Banerjee yesterday said that in front of the President Trump, the 56 inch becomes 36 inch. And that is what was repeated today, that the armed forces was used not for the interest of the country, but only to save the image of the Prime Minister. You went against Pakistan. How you could not know that Pakistan and China were in joint hands? That we were not facing only Pakistan, we were facing Pakistan and China, and therefore you should have given free hand to our armed forces. Like one of the army officer in Singapore said, that we lost our jets because of the political constraint. This is the exact word used by the Indian Army officer in Singapore when he said that we lost jets because of the political constraints. So when you are using our armed forces, you must give them a free hand. Like Indira Gandhi gave the free hand to General Manekshaw when Manekshaw refused to wage a war in summer and asked the Prime Minister, the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, to wait for 6 months, and then the then Prime Minister waited. Therefore, our armed forces should be given a free hand, which the present government did not give. The present government, BJP government, went ahead and informed Pakistan that we are not going to escalate this. That we are not going to target military.
Tausif, 1 minute. Tausif, listen.
Right.
Tausif, just give me a moment. Tausif, listen.
Tausif, the war started.
It's a debate. It's not a speech. You're not talking Parliament, man. 1 second. First of all, I get Tohin to come in. Abhishek, please wait. The fundamental issue is that you people, when I say you people, I mean people like Tausif, people like Priyanka Vadra, people like Praniti Shinde, that kind of people. You people have lied about the armed forces of the country, and I don't think the country will ever forgive you and shouldn't. Your leader, Rahul Gandhi, is saying that you went into Pakistan, you attacked Pakistan, and you told our pilots not to attack their defense systems. That's what the claim of Rahul Gandhi is. First of all, I want to ask here tonight, and Pankaj should be on here. 1 minute. Just 1 minute. First of all, don't cut the flow. I'm saying something. I listened to everything you said, even though it was unadulterated garbage. Now listen to me. What do you mean by saying you went to Pakistan, you attacked Pakistan? Where are you from, bhai? Afghanistan? You went into Pakistan. It was the Republic of India and the Indian Air Force that carried out Operation Sindoor Phase 1. I would like to ask Rahul Gandhi, Pankaj, is he part of India or is he from Italy? Does he feel more at home in Naples or Turin or Sicily or even Pompeii? How can you talk like this? Secondly, there is already a clarification. The statement of Captain Shiv Kumar that you're quoting only conveyed that the Indian Armed Forces serve under the civilian political leadership, unlike some other countries in the neighborhood. Not once have you acknowledged the DG Air Operations, Air Marshal Bharti, but you are taking the line of the Pakistani DG. Which side are you on? Did you not hear Air Marshal Bharti when he said we are in a combat situation and losses are part of the combat? However, we have achieved all our objectives and all our pilots are back home. I want to ask, who has told Rahul Gandhi we have lost 5 planes? Name the source. Who told you about 5 planes being lost?
Chinese.
Who told him? The Chinese told him, Shawan?
I'll tell you.
It's a Pakistani-Chinese line. You repeat a Pakistani-Chinese line as India leader of the opposition. Where has he got that number from? Complete silence. They won't say now.
Donald Trump also said 5 or 6
Who said?
planes.
Who
Maybe
said?
4 or 5.
Who said?
Planes
Who
were-
said?
Yes, Trump
Who?
said this.
Trump
Then
said.
did you find...
Trump said. Oh, that we will not believe the Indian Air Force. Shawan, I rest my case. These people will believe even Melania Trump. But they will not believe the DG Air Operation. Shame on you people. Tuin is laughing tonight, but I'm angry. I'm angry that we have political parties in India who speak against our national interests to this degree and this extent. Tuin is on the debate. Tuin. Trump said. Tomorrow you'll say Trump Jr. said.
Arnab, we've just witnessed an absolutely historic debate in our parliamentary history. And at the end of this debate, Rahul Gandhi's condition is hopelessly similar to that of a Chinese. His condition is hopefully similar to a Chinese drone being operated by Pakistanis. I repeat. Rahul Gandhi's, whoever is blabbering, let me tell you what the condition of your leader Rahul Gandhi today is. Rahul Gandhi today has been reduced to a Chinese drone being operated by Pakistanis. He stands neutralized. Arnab, even before I come to the content of Rahul Gandhi's speech, I'm appalled at his body language. Did you see the manner he was sitting as if he was in a dance bar? He had absolutely no respect for our armed forces. Did Rahul Gandhi or Priyanka Gandhi even once congratulate our armed forces? Forget congratulating. He called it a defeat, which is what he has been peddling for the last several weeks. He has been calling a victory a surrender. And you know that I'm very careful with my words, but today I won't be careful with my words. Rahul Gandhi is a traitor. And there is no other word to define and to describe such a person. And finally, to my friend Tausif, did you not hear Prime Minister's speech when he very categorically said that he spoke to JD once after making him wait for 1 hour? That was the only conversation he had with the American establishment. Are you guys short on understanding? Are you guys short on understanding, or have you been basically tasked by our enemies to feed certain propaganda which our enemies have not been able to do in this country? It's about time you start respecting the victory of our armed forces. It's a historic victory, and there is no other way we will allow it to be manipulated by you people.
You're lying.
Thank you.
The question was about the President Trump. The claim was made by President Trump, not by JD Vance. And
are you short on understanding? Are you short on understanding? I'm asking you a simple question. Did you hear Jaishankar ji's speech yesterday? What did he see? What did he say? The last time Prime Minister spoke to President Trump was in April, and the next conversation after that happened on June 17th. Why do you guys not have the basic common sense to understand facts? You need to be spoon-fed everything. This innocence is what makes us feel that you guys are on the payroll of certain foreign enemies. The job of information war, the job of misinformation has been outsourced by our enemies.
I think it's time for me, Deepak Vora, with your permission, I would like to put something on air and run a video clip. Karan, do I have your permission to run a video clip and put an argument after that? which is going to silence all pro-Rahul Gandhi brigade for the next 10 years. Should I run the clip first? Aditi, do you have the clip?
10 years.
Now, some people said this should be beeped. Some people said that the clip I am about to show should be beeped. Some people said, but I am not sure.
No, tell
And
me.
I would like to give Rahul Gandhi the benefit of doubt.
Right.
And therefore, let the people judge what he was trying to say. I will not say anything. But I would like all civil people, Karan, decent people, good people, non-abusing people, nice people, to determine for themselves what Rahul Gandhi was trying to say and what he ended up saying. Because you see, what is in your subconscious comes out. Shall I play the clip 3 times?
Please.
I play the clip.
That the government of India thought they were fighting Pakistan. And when they arrived, they suddenly realized that they were not fighting Pakistan, they were fighting China and Pakistan. Yes. Meaning that the Pakistani army was
Second
attached.
time.
That the government of India thought they were fighting Pakistan. And when they arrived, they suddenly realized that they were not fighting Pakistan, they were fighting China and Pakistan.
Yes. I will not say a word. None of us will say a word. We will not say anything. We will not interpret anything.
We fought both Pakistan.
No, I will not say
and
the clip is itself. The clip, people can understand what he was trying to say, what he said.
No,
I will not say anything. Karan, I will not say anything. Karan, I will not say. Should I run it a third time? I won't, because I'm a civil and decent man. I'm a civil man and a decent man. And the apprehension of indecency makes me shrivel with discomfort. Now, my question to Karan is, Karan, they also say...
China and Pakistan away from each other.
Wait, no, Baba.
That has been the India's...
You lovers of Donald Trump. You lovers of Donald Trump.
Away.
Listen to me. Since you love Donald Trump, I'll tell you something. Harish, I'd like to invite Harish Mohammed Ibrahim of Pro DMK. Karan, these are lovers of Donald Trump. They say everything Donald Trump says must be taken seriously.
Arnab,
in that case,
Rahul
Karan,
Gandhi's defense.
No, in that case, Karan, in that case, I'll keep quiet after this. In that case, Karan, Trump also said that the Joe Biden government spent 21 million to get someone other than Narendra Modi elected in India. You remember, Harish? What else? When he went to Saudi Arabia, what did Donald Trump say? He said that why was the American government spending 21 million on voter turnout in India? I guess the Biden government, were trying to get somebody else elected. You believe that? Since you are a firm member of the India Alliance, Harish?
Yeah,
you believe Trump on that?
The problem starts because there is no accountability, there is no responsibility right from its first instance. How does the intelligence failure happen, number one? And number two, how does all the terrorists who have killed almost 26 people in brutal broad daylight have been scot-free and not even brought into the book? Number three, how does the other nation, Prime Minister or the President of America,
can't be a monologue, right?
Claiming that, one second, I have to 29 interviews, he has straight away, he has said that he has brokered the deal between India and Pakistan. It was not even happening in our sovereign nation, having any kind of brokerage which has been done by any countries. Any sovereign countries will allow that? No. And number four, Mr. Jaishankar, our External Affairs Minister, have categorically said in an interview stating that the Pakistan was given a heads up before the attack happened. Will any country which is waging a war against an enemy country will give a heads up to an enemy country? No.
Don't misinterpret that. Abhishek clarified that right at the start. Abhishek and Shravan both did.
Number five.
What was informed was that this is non-escalatory in nature and the terror sites have been attacked.
President of America
so don't misinterpret that. Don't do a
India
Rahul
and
Gandhi
Pakistan deal has been broken through him. whether our Prime Minister have any nerves on his head to go ahead and make sure to give up rebuttal to the Prime Minister
that no leader asked him to stop the operations. If you are hard of hearing or if you have problems in comprehension, that is your problem, not the Prime Minister's, not our armies.
Office untenable. And this is the only Prime Minister office which made our Indian nation to bow down. The entire nation, 1.4 billion people were behind our
Nobody
army,
is bowing down. We are proud of the fact that we are the first country to enter another nuclear armed country and hammer them 20-0.
This government have let down.
Okay.
1.4 billion people were behind the Operation Sindoor. But our Prime Minister have let down by making sure to involve a third country like USA President Mr. Donald Trump
to bow your head in disgrace today, and you should be ashamed. You should apologize to the country for the kind of language you've used on the floor, for the way you've undermined our armed forces, for what has been a momentous occasion and a historic victory. If you cannot comprehend it, that's your problem.
Some people are telling me, play the Rahul Gandhi clip again.
How come you can give a heads up to a thief?
Clip, I want to make a comment. I want to tell
if Pakistan is a rogue nation which involved in this cross-border terrorism, will you go ahead and give a heads up to the country?
Harish, since 1 minute, Karan 1 minute. Harish, since you are a Rahul Gandhi fan.
No, I'm not. Let me be clear.
There's nothing wrong.
We as a 1.4 billion people were behind Operation Sindoor and this government. But this government has led entire nation behind them by involving a third nation to broker on a sovereign nation like India. So the government has let down right from its intelligence failure on the first point till the last by
Rahul Gandhi has led this nation.
Since you are a Rahul Gandhi fan, I'll play the clip once again. Harish, just listen. Harish, I'll play the clip once again. You can tell me what he said. Play it.
This is on the record, Mr. Arnab.
Government of India thought they were fighting Pakistan.
Louder.
And when they arrived, they suddenly realized that they were not fighting Pakistan, they were fighting China and Pakistan. That the government of India thought they were fighting Pakistan. And when they arrived, they suddenly realized that they were not fighting Pakistan, they were fighting China.
My point is, I don't know what he said. I will not make a single comment, Karan, on what he said. But he must be careful about the use of language.
Arnab, give me 10 seconds, please. Give me 10 seconds. I want to say something.
No, 1 minute. Harish. Harish, Karan one. I want to go to General KK. General KK, the important point is...
Arnab, you can't blame Rahul Gandhi for this. This is reflective of the situation the Congress party is in.
Subconsciously thinks like that maybe. But my question to General KK is... General KK, not once...
This is reflective of the situation they are in.
Yeah, but not once, General KK... Did Rahul Gandhi ever quote the DG military operations, DG air operations or DG naval operations? He didn't once quote General Rajiv Ghai. He didn't once quote General Air Marshal A.K. Bharti. Not once did he quote what the army said. Why is that?
Arnab, that's what the problem is. When the Prime Minister sums up the 78 years of our history and basically the military history part of it, when we see the defaults, which starts from 47, 62, 63, 66, 1965, 1971, 1974, 1984 session up to that. And he also touched what happened 2014. Rahul Gandhi not using, not giving credit to anyone, to any military operations, which has been carried out, which has been done now in Operation Sindoor. You asked me why he has not taken the name of DGMO Air, DGMO Army, DGMO Navy. He is not, because it doesn't fit in his, statement and narrative. What the Prime Minister brought it out in modern warfare, the information warfare and the narrative is very, very important. And the AI generated, these guys are trying to do something, become the part of the enemy, and try to unleash it to the nation, what they do not know, what they are doing the harm. I have never heard a speech of 1.5 hours when you can sum up the whole military history of India. In 62, when he said Punch, Rajouri, Neelam Valley, Krishna Ghati,
was
They
all
offered to give it to
rhetoric,
Pakistan.
old rhetoric.
First time I am
Nothing
hearing.
else in the speech.
These are not
See,
rhetoric. My friend,
Rahul Gandhi
you do not
explained in
know.
detail
Do you know
the
anything about
fundamental
military history?
failure of our
Do you know what is the
foreign
military
policy
operations?
in keeping
You are talking
Pakistan
about
and China disconnected and separated.
You are,
And because
you are
of
backing.
that, today there is
louder,
a
KK.
complete fusion of Chinese and Pakistani.
Who's trying to unleash the things in India?
Answer to this?
You are standing with that. You question why Operation Mahadev was launched today. Why we got the success. You do not have any shame. People, 1.4 billion were listening with a pin drop of silence, not in parliament. At least have some sense. Have some sense. If you have got some sense in you, you can stand with and you can become the stooge of Chinese, Pakistanis. Have you been here? Not a single leader of the whole globe. They ever asked to stop the Operation Sindoor. It was a JD Bank wanted to keep on 9 when 9 terrorist camps were destroyed. And what did the Prime Minister told him? You tell the Pakistan to go ahead.
About treaty.
Exactly what
he said that there
you do not understand this. What happened on 9?
1 minute. I can't hear either. I can't hear either. Either I hear myself or the panelists. I have to hear someone. Now 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 minute. Pankaj and KK. Pankaj and KK pull back. Tuhin is coming in on the debate and then I'll get Deepak Vora in. First of all, I want to know whether Rahul Gandhi's secret deal with the Chinese also gives him live information from the Chinese military. And the reason I'm asking you this question, okay, the nation wants to know, Tuhin. Rahul Gandhi mentioned China, mentioned Pakistan.
Arnab, yeah.
But just one. By the way, that ladies and gentlemen, is Rahul Gandhi in his younger days being committed by his mother Sonia Gandhi and Xi Jinping to sign on the dotted line a secret document which he still refuses to speak about. Now, Rahul, Deputy Chief of Army Staff spoke. The Deputy Chief of Army Staff, Pankaj, listen to the question. Pankaj, listen to the question. The Deputy Chief of Army Staff said that India was taking on both Pakistan and China and Turkey. Rahul Gandhi referred to China grudgingly, but he did not mention Turkey at all. I still don't know, for example, I still don't know whether the Congress party has shut down its office in Istanbul. Why did Rahul Gandhi not mention Turkey, where Robert Vadra goes holidaying?
Istanbul National Congress.
No, you explain to me today. Does the Congress party deliberately avoid mentioning Turkey and Turkish drones? If you want to actually talk about who was helping the Pakistanis, you have to mention both China and Turkey. And the nation wants to know from Tausif, Harish or Pankaj, why did the Congress refuse to mention Turkey on the floor of the House?
Because Arnab declared Istanbul National Congress.
Harish, come to the point, my child. Listen to me. 1 minute. Harish, one minute. I have to give this back nicely. Harish, listen to me. Harish, don't run now. Listen to me.
No, I'm not running.
Don't run. So I'll tell you one thing.
You have a serious animosity for Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, and for National
These are your perceived views. These are your false perceptions. I am asking here today, did you not know that the Deputy Chief of Army Staff spoke about Turkish support to the Pakistani army? If Rahul Gandhi is talking about the link between China and Pakistan, why did he so carefully avoid any mention of Turkey?
Arnab, for your personal animosity for Rahul Gandhi.
What is animosity? I'm talking about Turkey. Next you say have animosity for Turkey. I am asking you, why did he not mention Turkey?
Indian Parliament, LOP, you are putting in a dark spot with your unfavorable and unreasonable...
Indian Parliament, LOP, 1 minute. A person who does not tell me... a person who does not tell me why he avoids mentioning Turkey. A person who will not quote a single time Lieutenant General Rajiv Ghai. In that case, Air Marshal A.K. Bharti said, we are there to hit the target, not to count body bags. Where did Air Marshal Bharti get that confidence from, Harish? He got it from the political leadership that told him, go hit them and hit them hard. Where did General Guy, no one minute, when General Guy said, there's no damage done by the Pakistanis. And he's going to be the DG strategy of the Indian Army when the general of the Indian Army says there is no damage from the ground. And when the Prime Minister said 1,000 missiles and drones were fired by the Pakistanis, not one hit the target. They made false claims from Adampur. I flew to Adampur to prove them wrong. Who do you believe? The ISI or the army? The ISI or the Indian army? You tell me, who do you believe, Harish? Why would you not believe your Indian army, your Indian navy, your Indian air force? Why would you believe the ISI?
No, before going
Why would you believe the ISI? You are an Indian citizen carrying an Indian passport. Why would you not believe the Indian Army Air Marshal, the Indian Air Marshal? When the Indian government says, when the Prime Minister says, I feel so proud today, when the Prime Minister says, he says, 1,000 missiles and drones were fired by them.
And not one hit.
You heard that, and not one hit. They should be happy, but they are sad. They are angry.
Including one which has been lingering inside India for the last 2 months.
Where are you from, boss? Cameroon?
Arnab,
Which country are you from?
No,
Harish, are you from India? If you're from India, how do you feel like this?
Notice,
No, why don't you have a nationalist sentiment in your heart?
Arnab, did you notice something? Prime Minister Modi had given a categoric warning to Pakistan that any act of terror will be treated as an act of war against the country.
I'm asking Harish.
Will retaliate
I'm asking Harish.
No, did you notice?
Are you from Italy or from
question.
India? Why won't you believe
something?
Are you from Italy?
I am pointing.
Are you from Italy? Are you from Libya?
I am pointing out something you may have missed.
Are you from Mongolia?
Arnab,
or are you from India, Pankaj?
I am just pointing out something, Arnab.
Why don't you, Harish? Come on now, enough.
Which you may have missed.
Feel proud. Bring in the Sindoor spirit.
We are proud. Entire 1.4 million Indians were standing behind the government.
Then say that Pakistan surrendered to India, not the other way around.
The government has let down the entire people of India. You have to answer them. How can they give a heads up to the Pakistan government before they are going to target? Whether you have had the same query
you
to the
have zero
understanding.
You have zero understanding. First of all that we said that this was not an escalatory move. That was not a surrender call. We are a professional army. We are a professional army.
Then you will lodge your weapon, obviously. Whether you will go ahead and give an information to the team.
Are you mindful of the fact that this line that you are essentially taking is that of a vested interest of an arms lobby? Because at the end of the day, this entire argument has been spun by whom? The Chinese, the Pakistanis. Why exactly?
No, Mr.
No. 1 minute. Harish,
29 times.
Harish, I'll get Tuhin in. 1 minute. Harish, I'll get Tuhin in. I'll tell you. You are saying that we gave advance information. We did not hit their civilian targets. I would like to remind you, and Tuhin can take this forward along with Deepak.
Arnab,
that there was a press conference.
You may have missed. Did you?
Okay, go on.
Did you see the way he was outraging over Prime Minister's warning to Pakistan that any future act of terror will be seen as an act of war? Who is he trying to provide cushion to? Why is he so outraged by that warning? There can't be a more direct indication of the fact that he has been acting at the behest of certain enemies. I'm appalled at the way he was outraging inside Parliament, hitting at benches and whatever, merely because Prime Minister has given a clear-cut warning to Pakistan, which these people could never give in, between 2004 to 2014, despite umpteen attacks. He's outraged over the fact that we are dealing with Pakistan sternly. I'm just appalled at the way he behaved in Parliament today, banging benches. His body language was crude. Such a person does not deserve to be in Parliament.
And I must say is alleged inadvertent, perhaps, slip of possibly using a profanity must be investigated. The question is, ladies and gentlemen.
Not possibly, he used that.
Well, we know we have to see the clip.
He used that very clearly. He used that.
We can't say anything.
If that is the case, entire BJP MPs and MLA should be in jail.
Anyway,
I
I want to bring in Deepak ji. Deepak ji, now, Operation Sindoor was based on specific targets. And the best thing about this operation was that the National Security Advisor, who had some operational control over the situation, said, here are the targets, this is the intelligence, this is the information, we know where they are, we know who they are, we know which places need to be hit. So we were acting on actionable intelligence. There's nothing clandestine about it. And the Army and the Air Force, Wing Commander Vyomika Singh had herself said the locations were so selected to avoid damage to civilian infrastructure and any loss of civilian lives. So when Rahul Gandhi stands up and he says, oh, you wanted to enter a war, ek thappad mara, but dusra nahi marenge, that low level of argument. We actually made it clear that we had clear terrorist targets. We made a public-facing statement by this. And the Air Force said that we deliberately did the due diligence and selected specific camps for targeting. Yep. What is the mystery here? What is this great eureka moment that this fellow Rahul is having out here? It's a known fact. There's nothing new about it. We've said we've only hit terrorist camps. What have we been hiding? What is he claiming? Did it make any sense to you, sir?
No, not at all. Because we hit only the terror camps. We made it clear that we didn't hit any military or civilian targets. We eliminated the terror camps because they were troubling us. They went. And we also said, don't retaliate. You remember the DGMO saying that we told these guys, now take it easy. They said there'll be a swift response very quickly. Why? We are only eliminating, and you yourselves claim to be victims of terrorism. So we are helping you in a way, sir. We are eliminating the people you reared to hit us, but they are now drinking your blood. So you should be grateful to us that we eliminated these characters. I just don't understand the logic. India should be congratulated, the Prime Minister should be congratulated, and he said India will lead the fight alone if nobody comes with us. 193 members of the United Nations, 190 are hit by terrorism. Not one of them has condemned Operation Sindoor. Who does it, sir? Leave out Turkey and Azerbaijan and China. Who else has condemned it? Nobody. In diplomacy, sir, sometimes what we don't say is far more important than what we say. And these countries not condemning Operation Sindoor means they stand solidly with us. It's the triumph of our diplomacy and of the leadership of this outstanding son of India, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, sir.
Now, Rahul Gandhi also said that the DGMO of India was told by the government of India to ask for a ceasefire at 1:35 in the morning on the night of Operation Sindoor. I remember that night.
Sir.
I remember that night, Shravan. We were all up here. We were here in this studio. At 1:35, we woke up the whole world, including you, Deepak Vora.
Yes, sir.
And the fact is, it is a complete and absolute and utter and dangerous and dastardly lie to say that the DGMO will ask for a ceasefire within 22 minutes of the first attack on the first terrorist camp. And then to use that argument to say that India does not have the political will to fight.
No.
For Rahul Gandhi to say that India does not have the political will to fight is a crime he will not be forgiven for decades after this. He said so in the floor of Parliament. To say that the DGMO, Lieutenant General Ghai, called the Pakistanis and said, we don't want to fight. Come on, Shravan. You deal with the army on a regular basis. What would they be thinking of this statement? They would obviously not
I can only give you one, one thing that there was absolutely everyone that I've spoken to within the military after the speech that was made by Gaurav Gogoi and of course now with Rahul Gandhi was that they were aghast. That if you are not aware of military operations, it's better you don't speak. Second, no one actually would have been briefed about what really happened that moment. This is the only thing that the Prime Minister has on the floor of the Parliament has made it very clear. The External Affairs Minister has made it very clear that look here, our precision strikes that were carried out, we told Pakistanis that this was in response, and the fact that this was only limited to the terror infrastructure. And that's it. It's non-escalatory.
But why would you say that the Director General Military Operations, General
in fact, it was the other way around.
The DGMO told the Pakistanis, we don't want to fight Karan. I mean, how do you even casually make a statement like this? Karan?
No, Arnab, the Prime Minister today used a word, Bayan Bahadur. I think that pretty much sums up the way these people have gone about saying, and it's not just Bayan Bahadur, it's been also very reckless. And may I say, as Tuhin said, It has shown instincts of being a traitor today when you say that. You not only undermine our armed forces, but you also try to take away the shield.
About the Director General of Military Operations of the Indian Army, Tuhin. I don't think that this is a small matter. Because now you either prove or you say I lied about my country's army. You have to do that. Pankaj, either you prove or you say I lied.
What did Rajnath Singh ji say in the parliament? He said on May 10, the Pakistani DGMO contacted his Indian counterpart and pleaded for relief. It was only after that.
One minute. Wholly different from what Rahul said.
That the Indian armed forces decided to pause operation at 1:35 a.m.
Okay, we have Tuhin responding right now. Last 1 minute of the debate.
Halted. Arnab, I was most appalled when barely 10 days after Operation Sindoor had been halted and on the eve of our diplomatic mission, 7 teams going abroad, Rahul Gandhi tried to sabotage it by calling our victory a surrender. From then on, I say this with a fair deal of responsibility that there have been numerous occasions when one is left wondering if he has, if certain tasks of the enemies have been outsourced to him. He has tried to mislead the nation on every given occasion. And I'm appalled today that Shashi Tharoor and Manish Tiwari, 2 congressmen who firmly stood with Indian interests in the last 2 months, were boycotted by the Congress party in favor of Praniti Shinde of all people, who calls it a tamasha. I think, the Congress needs to take a call. Which country does the Congress want to operate in? If it wants to operate in India, it will have to behave responsibly. It will have to respect Indian interests.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I close at this stage, but I would say that despite everything Rahul Gandhi is doing, we must maintain, as the Prime Minister said, the Sindoor spirit. More on the Sindoor spirit, the lies spoken and the sharp rebuttals when I'm back, along with full clips. 10 o'clock tonight, Prime Minister's full speech. 11 o'clock, best of the debate on Republic.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सब जल जीरा मसाला।